This podcast has been brought to you by SeekersGuidance, the global Islamic seminary. Help us spread the light of prophetic guidance to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Make a small donation at SeekersGuidance.org/donate. For as little as $10 a month, you can help people find life-changing guidance.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.
So there was a talk last week on relying solely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not expecting anything from people in this world. So someone said, I have no hope from people of this world, but it makes me sad that there's no one I can trust, no one I can depend on. Yes, always Allah, but it's difficult to live in a world where there's no one close to you.
So trust in Allah and taking the means are not opposing things, right? That when we say we trust in Allah, meaning that we depend only on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in an absolute sense. But along with depending upon Allah in an absolute sense, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us in a world of means. And the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ is to take the means. And there's some means that are obligatory to take, right? So we rely on Allah for our provision, but it is obligatory for you to eat. If you say, I'm relying on Allah for food and drink, but then you don't take the means to eat or drink and you die, you will die a sinner. Because taking the means to the obligatory is obligatory. Taking the means to the praiseworthy is praiseworthy. So as one of the great scholars of the 20th century said, Shaykh Abdurrahman al-Shawri, al-akhdhu bil-asbabi lazim. Taking the means is necessary. وَنَفْيُ التَّأْثِيرِ عَنْهَا لازم. And denying that the means have intrinsic efficacy is necessary. Then he continued, فَمَنْ تَرَكَ الْأَسْبَابِ فَقَدْ عَطَّلَ الْحِكْمَ الْإِلَهِيَّةِ. So whoever leaves taking means is denying divine wisdom. That there's a relationship between cause and effect, between means and what the means is a means to. وَمَنْ رَكَنَ إِلَيْهَا فَقَدْ أَشْرَكَ بِاللَّهِ. And whoever relies on the means has associated partners with Allah. So when it comes to relying upon Allah, right, that is not contradicted by the taking of means. There's means that are necessary to take, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us in this life what's called facilitative means. And these are mercy. And of the most important means of mercy is al-jama'ah, is the group, the community. And there are circles of facilitative mercy. Family is mercy. And there's a great emphasis on being connected with family. And this facilitates mercy for us. There's people you can be around, etc. The human being is a social animal. Family helps family. Right? Having good friends is a facilitative mercy. And seeking out good friends, people who are true, who are trustworthy, who are intelligent. Intelligent doesn't mean that they're brilliant. Intelligent meaning they don't do foolish things. They act on the basis of principle. Right? They say, العاقل من ترجع تصرفاته إلى أصل ثابت. The intelligent person is the one whose actions are based on established principles. They act on the basis of reason, benefit, consideration of good and bad, right and wrong, benefit and harm. Right? They're loyal. Right? And the other qualities that they have good character. Right? These are some of the 5 good qualities that the ulama mention for a friend. Right? So these are mercy. Family is mercy. We connect with them. We should seek out good friends and their mercy. The Prophet ﷺ said to have musahaba and mujalasa, right? To keep the company and sit with good companions. And one should connect with broader communities of care and concern. That's of the social benefits of being connected with one's local masjid, having good relationships with one's neighbors. Right? One, it fulfills a religious duty, but these are mercy. Because if you have good relations with your neighbor, with 8 neighbors around you, and you fall ill, one of them may help. You have an emergency, they may come and help. Right? And this is something that one should seek out, and also for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it begins also by being ourselves a good in your family, good to your friends, good in your neighborhood, good in your community. And then, if you are good in these circles of mercy, then the Lord of mercy will be merciful to you. Right? Family, friends, neighborhood, community. These are 4 circles, 4 immediate circles of mercy. So these are, and one should connect with them. And one should remain connected with them even if they cut you off. The Prophet ﷺ said, لَيْسَ الْوَاصِلُ بِالْمُكَافِئ. The one who maintains ties is not the one who reciprocates. That if someone invites you, then you invite them. That is not maintaining ties. Right? إِنَّمَا الْوَاصِلُ or الْمُوَاصِلُ, rather the one who maintains ties is the one who keeps maintaining the ties even if the other party cuts them off. So you've invited your sister over 3 times and she didn't invite you over. Doesn't matter, because you're not doing it for her to begin with. You're doing it for the sake of Allah and because this is good. So you invite her again. And it's good for you. Because if you don't reciprocate, if you don't do what's good, what's right, eventually you'll find yourself very alone. Same with friends. Right? You follow the sunnah of giving gifts. You give gift and gift and gift and they don't reciprocate. You don't stop, you keep doing it. Why? One, because you're doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for them. Even if they don't reciprocate. Because if you expect, and that's part of not hoping from creation, that we act with creation with wisdom. And what's wisdom? It's the sunnah. Be good to people for the sake of God. And you'll find good from them. But don't measure that good because you're not seeking good from them, you're seeking it from Allah. But by doing good with people, you remain in circles of mercy. But in that, you hope only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't disconnect from the opportunities of mercy. With family, with friends, with neighbors, right? And your neighbors may be cold and unwelcoming, doesn't matter. And you may be surprised that they're not cold and unwelcoming. How? Follow the sunnah. Look at the sunnahs of being with people, uphold them for the sake of Allah. The Prophet ﷺ said, for example, if you cook something, add extra sauce and share some with the neighbor. If you bring fruits, share some with the neighbor. You have a meal at your home, invite the neighbors over too. They don't have to sit for the whole thing. Sometimes our family gatherings take a long, long time. But when the food comes, just invite them over. If they don't come, at least send a tray of kebabs or whatever over. Eventually they may reciprocate, or at least there's some level of good relations. They'll greet you when you're leaving home. Hi. Right? And even if they, but you don't have expectations from them because you're doing it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And eventually, some people will respond to the good with good. But that's not why we maintain relations of family, friendship, neighborhood, or community. Okay? And they say givers are given contentment. Okay? On condition that they seek the contentment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
Thank you for listening. This podcast was brought to you by Seekers Guidance, the Global Islamic Seminary. Visit SeekersGuidance.org to access reliable Islamic knowledge taught by qualified teachers. We offer a wide range of courses, podcasts, articles, and a world-class answer service. Support us in spreading free, reliable Islamic knowledge to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Visit SeekersGuidance.org/donate and make a small monthly commitment today. Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever guides someone to goodness will have a similar reward." So don't forget to share this podcast and spread prophetic guidance.